Welcome to the process. It is Wednesday, March 3rd, 3-3. That's exciting. Big slate today, 10-gamer on the docket. We've got so much to go through. Thank you for joining me. Love the morning crew. Hit that like button as you get in the door. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. You guys know all that good stuff. We're on to another one today. I hope everybody had some success yesterday. It's a weird slate. The Kawhi news was ultra weird. Derrick Rose getting axed in the middle of the slate. Another weird one. Hope you got the quickly. And then Jokic is just fantastic. Devin Booker gets the gate. Just a weird slate altogether. Happy it's gone. Into the next one, man. 10 games. 10 games. So good morning to everybody. Slowly building up the crowd. We'll start in a minute or two here. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. 2 more days. Today and tomorrow, and that's it. And then we're off for a couple days, which I'm not mad about, but it is going to kind of stink. I'm really enjoying this. You guys, make sure you're coming back. What is it? What's it going to be? Wednesday? So we're off Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So Wednesday of next week, a week from today. That will be we'll be getting started again in the second half of the NBA season. And then the grind becomes really real. 10 games today. Lots to talk about. Charlotte and Minnesota looking good. Golden State and Portland looking good. We're going to have some fun tonight. I'm on Live Before Lock tonight. I'm on the full grind today. Today and tomorrow, everything. Morning show, contenders, strategy show, Live Before Lock. Wednesday, Thursday, you can't get enough. So, well, it's about that time. Let's dive into this right away. No rest for the weary. There's something like that. I think that's a saying. If it's not a saying, it should be. Anyway, you know what? Let's start here. Do they have a showdown slate on the All-Star game? Yes, they do. Expect a show Sunday morning with myself and someone, probably. Anyway, before we get started, we're going to do this. Cheers to the morning. Get your coffees out if you're having any, or whatever it is that you like to do in the morning. Do that. I'm gonna hit a sip of this because I think I need it. No rest for the wicked. There we go. Thanks, Dennis. So good. So good. Bluegrass Jeff. Yeah, me and Rinpack today on the strategy show. I'm steering the ship. He's bringing the details as it should be. That man is a wealth of knowledge. You guys should be excited for that one. Yeah, Melton was something else yesterday. Bane and Noel were a little problematic for me. Neither here nor there. Yesterday's yesterday. That's in the background now. We're on to Atlanta. Let's get started. So for the Atlanta Hawks, Q tag on Cam Reddish. I'm leaving him out because he's been out for eternity. And as long as Atlanta's not on a back-to-back, which they played yesterday, so they don't play tomorrow. There's no chance they're playing Cam Reddish today, right? I mean, I know that now that I'm saying that out loud, it'll probably happen, but why would you bring someone back after being out for 2 weeks just to play one day and then take another 6 days off? Seems insane. So, not going to expect Cam Reddish to play. Bogdanovic, doubtful today, assuming for rest. I don't really know what to make of him. You wouldn't think that he would play today. But if he's on a very restrictive minutes limit, I actually think that he probably still can play today. What's he coming back from? I don't remember. It's not important. I'm going to leave Bogdanovic in right now. I actually do think that he can play today. Just because of the amount of minutes that he's playing. I don't see the rest being really all that relevant. So this is going to look largely like it did yesterday. And I don't think that I'm really going to have many changes that I'd like to make. Solomon Hill played a little bit more than I was expecting. Clearly Skylar Mays out of the rotation. But not really all that much that I think we need to worry about here. The question is really, you know, I'm going to take 1 minute from John Collins and give it to Solomon Hill. That seems fun. Now let's take a look. Atlanta rates should all be updated. Projections all seem pretty solid. So I think we're just starting there. Not too much to change for Atlanta since they're on the back-to-back. And, you know, if Bogdanovic ends up out, I don't think it really affects anything from a projection standpoint. So we're going to start there. Atlanta, first team done. We'll say Trae Young on DraftKings, 9,600. He's certainly going to be a fairly highly ranked piece. 9,200 on FanDuel, also going to be a fairly highly ranked piece. I'd say Clint Capella also looking like a really nice option. So that's where we stand so far. That's Atlanta. Easy. First one down. Guys, we're going to cruise through this, apparently. So it seems. On to the next one. Fun. On to Brooklyn. Okay, Brooklyn's probably going to be weird. They probably have all sorts of dudes in or out or not in or not out. All right, what do we got for Brooklyn? I think I saw Jeff Green is already out. Oh, man. Coffee's really necessary today. All right, so Jeff Green, doubtful. TLC, doubtful. Still no KD, which we know. So this will largely look like whatever we had last time. We're just going to have to make some tweaks to what the lineup actually looked like. DeAndre Jordan played 35 minutes. In these games without Jeff Green, he has averaged 32 minutes. So I think that I have to give him 30 just straight out of the gate. And then I think Nick Claxton is just going to play most of the other run. Let's go to OT. Did. DeAndre Jordan, Nick Claxton. Yeah, I think that Nick Claxton is just going to get the straight backup center run. So I'm going to go 30 and 18 at center for Brooklyn. I'd be surprised if DeAndre Jordan doesn't look at least okay, but I don't totally know what his price is off the top of my head. 37 minutes for Harden seems fine. 36 for Kyrie seems fine. 31 for Joe Harris. So you would have played 35 in the blowout or in OT. I think 31 feels about right, but I'm going to give him 32 just because he's good. Bruce Brown played 30 minutes. I've got him at 26, so that's something that I'm going to have to change. Probably because I have Roberson at 11. So let's get Bruce Brown up to 28. No TLC, so Tyler Johnson played 20 minutes. Shamet played 23 minutes, so I think 24 is fine. All right, I think these Brooklyn minutes look pretty good. Brooklyn versus Houston. We do need to get Nick Claxton a usage rate here. So other than that, I think we're good. Let's take a look at Houston now. Houston, 7.5 point dogs against Brooklyn at home. So Brooklyn, I don't know why I'm clicking on Houston because I keep thinking of James Harden. He's not there anymore. So for Brooklyn, feeling okay about that. We're going to have a lot to like, though, for this Brooklyn team today, which is kind of rare, at least for me. We add Brooklyn to the list. in for DraftKings, in for FanDuel. All right, so Harden passes Trae Young on both sites pretty aggressively too. He's 11K on DraftKings. He's 11-2 on FanDuel. Number one play so far. He's like 3.5 points clear of Trae Young on DK and north of 2 on FanDuel. Yeah, Aaron, I wouldn't expect a refund for Kawhi getting ruled out. That's just not happening. Harden looking good. Kyrie still looking pretty good on both sites. DeAndre Jordan, 5,700 on DraftKings and 5,100 on FanDuel. He's going to have to be at least mildly popular today, just given the amount of minutes we could expect him to play. It's just going to be tough to go a different direction. Looks good so far, though. Can't complain. Moving it on. Next one. We got 20 teams to get through, so being on to the third one in 11 minutes is actually a pretty good start for us. So let's talk a little bit about Chicago. Doubtful tag on Markkanen. Porter out, Dotson out, Hutchison out. So this is all going to look pretty normal again. That's exciting. Big minutes for Levine. Yes. Kobe White, 32 seems fine. Patrick Williams, 32 seems fine. Garrett Temple saw less minutes this last time out. They went to a little bit more of Thad Young. But I don't really see this as something I want to change. I assume Garrett Temple is just going to keep playing fairly sizable minutes. I will take 1 minute away from him, give it to Luke Cornett. Sato at 20. Wendell Carter played 22 minutes. His minutes are the worst, man. Since he's been back, he's averaging 27 minutes. So I'm going to give him those 27 minutes. I'm going to give those additional 3 minutes to Luke Cornett. Actually, I need to move this around or it's just going to drive me insane. Bang. That's good. We'll do 12 and 7. We'll do 9, 15. Now, there we go. No, Archie's wrong. There we go. 5 minutes for Cornett. That was just going to drive me nuts. Yeah, so Carter at 27, I think is fine. Thad Young at 24, I think is fine. Arcidiacono could probably lose 2 minutes and I can give them the Cornett. Not that this matters, but I'm just really trying to get the Bulls cleaned up a little bit. So 9, 10. So 7 and 12. Oh, it's the other direction. 13 and 6. And then 10 and 14. Now we're talking. There we go. All right. So Bulls are done from a minutes perspective. Let's go ahead and now. Rates are all going to be the same. No changes that we need to make there. That's exciting. So for the Bulls, not too much to like here. At the Pelicans, though, 5.5 point dogs. Projections look fine. Lauren, 3-day win streak. First of all, thank you for being here. Second, congratulations. That's awesome. Thanks to everybody that's here. 105 viewers already up to 66 likes. You guys are doing God's work. You guys know the drill. We need 100 likes by 7 a.m. so that I'll run optimals and stuff at the end. All right. Adding Chicago in. Not thinking we're going to see too much here of interest. Yeah, Levine is behind Harden, Young, Jordan, Irving, Capella. Levine looks a little bit better on DK, I guess. Zach Levine's 9,800 on FanDuel, but only 9,500 on DraftKings. So I actually prefer Levine slightly to Kyrie today on DraftKings. Keep an eye on that. Yeah, Booker getting ejected last night was really annoying. Why do I have this set up like this? Better. All right, another team down. Chicago done. What else we got? We're on to Charlotte. Let me guess. I'm going to play a lot of Charlotte because reasons. That's probably going to happen. Q tag on Gordon Hayward. Q tag on Cody Zeller. Now, these are guys that I actually think, well, I assume Gordon Hayward will play. And I assume Cody Zeller will play. So we need to completely redo Charlotte. Oh, alrighty. Well, let's give Cody Zeller what was his normal run at center. So that's going to be Zeller to call it 20 minutes. I think Biyombo. All right, we'll take the last 5. So for Biyombo, I mean, I think he's still going to keep playing decent minutes. Why wouldn't he? He was playing decent minutes with Zeller in. Final 5 games before Zeller left with the injury, Biyombo was averaging 21.9 minutes. He was averaging more minutes than Cody Zeller. Why would we think that that would change? So I'm going to give Biyombo 20. I'm going to give PJ Washington 8 plus 22. PJ Washington in that stretch averaged about 29 minutes, so I think that's fine. This is going to be a real crazy slate tonight, especially with LeBron already out. All right, LaMelo Ball. We're going to go, yeah, 30. It's got to still be just 36 minutes. That's what he's going to play if it's close. And in this particular game, you would think they're going to have him out there for the full run. Terry Rozier also going to get that full freight. So that's 36 on both. I'm going to sneeze at some point. I can feel it coursing through my nose. All right, 26 minutes for Miles Bridges. That allows me to give Gordon Hayward his normal sort of 34 minutes. I'm going to give Malik Monk 24, and that'll close me out with 14 minutes to Cody Martin. Actually, missing Jalen McDaniels. So I'm going to give 10 and 4. Yeah, I have to project Biyombo with those minutes until he doesn't play them because he's just been playing them. So we'll give, we're going to need to pull new rates because I don't have the correct Charlotte rates in. Let's take Graham off, Vernon Carey off, and Caleb Martin off, and Nick Richards off. Guys, you guys are doing great. 85 likes already. You're the best. The best. All right, let's project these rates out. Biyombo, I assume, is just going to be wherever I had him. I don't care about Cody Martin's rates. Actually, I should delete everything here. Done. All right, Gordon Hayward starting it off. 24. That'll work. Assist rate bump? Nope. LaMelo, 24.5. Perfect. PJ Washington, 19.3. Terry Rozier, 22.6. Biyombo is at 10.6, so I'm just going to take half of that. Cody Zeller is at 18.5. He can stay at his normal rate. Malik Monk, 24. I'll say 23. Don't trust it. Miles Bridges, 16.9, but he's actually at 13.9% usage, so I need to knock that down at least a little bit. No real high assist rates or anything crazy. No really high rebounding rates or anything crazy. So I think that I got Charlotte pretty much locked in. Let's see where we're at on the Hornets. Might be a skosh high on LaMelo, but I don't really know what I would change. All of his rates look fine. I have him projected for 1.26 fantasy points per minute. That's basically where he's been, and he's got a pretty decent matchup against Minnesota, so no complaints there. Scary Terry looking fine. So let's add in Charlotte, see where they compare to the other 3 teams on the slate. All right. LaMelo Ball is 4th on DraftKings, tied with Zach LaVine. Ball 9,200 on FanDuel or on DraftKings. Man, I might need to flip these tables. Normally, I think FanDuel first. LaMelo Ball is 8,600 on FanDuel, though. He is now my second best play, just 0.6 of a point behind James Harden. So LaMelo Ball day again is certainly coming. I think Terry Rozier is also viable. PJ Washington, Gordon Hayward, these three guys looking really similar on FanDuel. A little bit less so on DraftKings. PJ Washington, 6,700 on DK, 5,800 on FanDuel. That's a pretty big disparity in price. All right, on to Cleveland. No Love, no Drummond, no Nance, Q tag on Prince, and no Delhi. Everything is pretty normal there. We'll take Damian Dotson's minutes. Gonna give Isaac Okoro that normal run. This won't be too bad. That's a weird projection. All right, so for Cleveland, yeah, I am very surprised at how good LaMelo Ball has looked so far this season. Didn't really see that one coming. Thought that he had the talent, just didn't think that he could be there as a rookie. Really happy to be wrong, though. Exciting to watch. Dylan Windler, 19 minutes. Lamar Stevens, 12 minutes. 4. You know what? They might... That was without Chetty. Why would Isaac Okoro play less than 34 minutes? He wouldn't, right? No, he just wouldn't. Dylan Windler is a guy that's going to lose at least 2 minutes. I think the rest of this looks fine, though. That's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, I think that all looks fine. I don't trust Dean Wade's minutes, although I guess I probably should at this point. I don't trust Windler or Okoro, so I'm hoping none of these guys grade out all that well. All of these rates for Cleveland should be fine. Cleveland at home against the Pacers, 5.5-point dogs. Cameron, don't sleep on Lonzo. He's also good. Actually, I haven't even looked at this. Who's been better? Let's see who's been better between Lonzo and LaMelo this year. I know people are going to shout, but all right, I need to gut Isaac Okoro's rates. There we go. Not much to look at for Cleveland. This is just taking on Indiana, not a great spot. Nobody highly ranked, no real good prices. Darius Garland Colin Sexton is 9th already, so not too much to look at for Cleveland. They're just not going to be that good of an option today. Hey Josh, how much time did you spend building the chart? Hours upon hours upon hours over 6 years. All right, so last name Ball. It sorts the primary ball handler. Ball. There we go. Yeah, Lonzo, significantly better than LaMelo so far this season from an advanced plus-minus standpoint. But LaMelo being neutral is a really crazy rate for a 19-year-old. That's fantastic. But Lonzo's been really good this year. Yeah, Cameron, I understand what you're saying. I just, at that point in time, I wanted to just dive into it. I got a little curious. All right, Cleveland dumb. So move on to Dallas. Dallas Mavericks taking on Oklahoma City. Q tag on Luka. Q tag on Willie Cauley-Stein. We need to read a little bit about Luka here. Oh boy. All right, so last game before the All-Star break for Luka, but he's going to play in the All-Star game. You would think, I wouldn't be surprised if he sat, but I can't project Luka out right now. That's just not how this one's going to work. What's the line? Dallas is favored by 8. So they're not going to be favored by 8 if Luka is out. So keep an eye on the line. If you see that line start going down to like 5 or 4 or 3, somewhere in that, 5 or 4, down anywhere lower than 6, that will be a little bit of a sign at the very least. But for now, we have to just project Luka to be in. Willie Cauley-Stein, though, that can go away, sort of. Because it doesn't really matter who gets the minute. Like, if it's just a split between Dwight Powell and Willie Cauley-Stein, I don't care when Porzingis is in. This is pretty much just going to be correct, right? Oh, nice. Okay. I think Maxi's minutes look fine. Porzingis, Jay Rich, Hardaway, all this stuff looks pretty good. Actually, Jay Rich needs to come down 2 minutes. We'll take him to 30. What up, in snapping? Who needs those minutes? Tim Hardaway Jr. Not Tim Hardaway Jr., that's for sure. Jalen Brunson, maybe? Maybe 1. Give 1 to Brunson, and then 1 spill over to James Johnson. Done. Let's look at Dallas. Luka and nothing else. Surprise, surprise. Luka is going to be flying to the top of this list. What do I have him projected for? 56.3 and 30. So 1.56. That feels a tad high. So let's see where we're at with Luka and Dallas. Yeah, Luka Doncic at the top of the heap. That's not fun. 10-9 for Luka on DraftKings, 10-6 on FanDuel, and I just prefer him slightly to James Harden today. Oklahoma City, good matchup. So if Luka is in, as of right now, I prefer him to James Harden. Very slightly. They both look great, though. They both look truly great. So let's move it on to Golden State. Get a little bit more coffee in the old belly. Oh, God. I wish I could just... I need like a helmet with a hose. Just mainline some coffee in the morning. All right, we're on to Golden State now. Let's see what we need to know for Golden State. By the way, 658, and you guys are already at 110 likes, 162 viewers. I can't ask for anything more. You guys killed it already. Can't wait to look at optimals at the end with you guys. All right, Draymond in. Not much else to know for Golden State. Jordan Poole and Nico Mannion are both active. They are up from the G League. So let's see. Is Brad Wanamaker out? No. Might be. I don't think any of this is really going to matter. The guys that are relevant are in. I don't really have any other changes to make that would matter. So let's take a look at Golden State. Warriors are at Portland. This game is a coin flip. Yeah, projections all seem fine. Not too much to look at here. I thought this would be a better game, but Golden State's just such a weird DFS team. Like, I have Curry projected for 1.39 fantasy points per minute. He's been at 1.45 over the last 30 days. So even if I projected him at his 1.45 rate in 35 minutes, that would be another 2 fantasy points. I'm willing to give him an extra piece of usage. Nothing too much. Let's pull up. I already had a Golden State. All right, so Curry is 3rd on DraftKings. He's actually 3 points clear of Trae Young. So Trae Young's starting to fall. I'm a little surprised there. I didn't think that was going to happen when I first looked at it. But Curry ahead of Trey. And then on FanDuel, Curry also ahead of Trey, but still behind LaMelo. That $8,600 price tag on LaMelo is going to be really nice. Really nice. But still Luka at the top of the pay up options. We are moving through this pretty easily. I'm very happy with the way that this is going so far. We're already at 7 o'clock, so there it is. Officially, 7 a.m., 166 viewers, 117 likes. Perfect, guys. Perfect. Couldn't be better. We're on to Houston. Oh, boy. Okay. No Christian Wood, obviously. Eric Gordon, questionable. Daniel House, questionable. Yeah, I was watching that game when Daniel House got hurt. I've never seen anybody get hurt like that. David Nwaba is out? Did I miss that? Did I not go down far enough? Yeah, Nwaba out too. Okay. So, let's think about this. House questionable, Gordon questionable. I think both of these guys just have to be in, though. So, we're going to start with John Wall. The Wall to 34 minutes. Victor Oladipo to 34 minutes. Justin Patton played 31 the last time out, 26 the game before that. I think he's probably going to play like 26 minutes. So we'll do 26 there, 22 for Tuckwagon, 10 more at power forward. Yeah, it's actually, it is tough when you try to go through this stuff with potentially guys out on a day like today, 10 gamer. But look, that's why we have content. You know, we'll go through everything on the strategy show. We'll get Rinpack slots. And then tip-off show, deeper dive, live before lock. We'll have a bunch more news and we could really hash through everything. All right, Jayshawn Tate. Okay. He was playing like 28 minutes with these guys back. So let's go 26 on Tate. We'll go 30 on House. Josh, you forgot Detroit basketball. What do you mean? What do you mean on that one? How did I forget Detroit basketball? Where were we? Houston. Got me confused there, man. Chad, thanks for being here, man. All right, Eric Gordon is going to need 32 minutes. I assume that's just what he plays if he's here. Which allows me to give 4 minutes to Mason Jones and 22 minutes to Sterling Brown. I think that's just going to have to be good for Houston, but we're going to need new rates with Gordon back on the floor. Let's cut into those. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, that game. Okay, that makes sense. Am I missing a game? Is that what you guys are trying to tell me? It's not that the House injury was bad. It's just like he got kneed in the knee, sort of, and his whole leg just fully locked up. And I've never seen anybody's leg do that before. Hold on. Am I crazy? Is it not on the slate? For some reason, it's not on my schedule. Is it an 11 gamer? Detroit and Toronto. Why isn't it in my basketball reference schedule? How many games are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Huh. Okay, so there's 10 games on DraftKings. Detroit, Toronto is one of them. I only have 9 here. Well, that makes sense. Okay, I didn't miss the Magic because we didn't get to that point at all. I did miss the Pistons because they aren't on the NBA schedule. So, it is a 10 gamer. I only imported 9, and that's why we missed the Pistons. So, where is this game so that I could add it to my calendar? Yeah, there they go. So they didn't have this in here. I guess I could add it manually. All right, that game starts at 7. Pistons, Toronto Raptors. Get a line. All right. Well, that ground this thing to a halt, huh? Let me grab a line for this, and then we can go back and grab the Pistons. Now I get it. Thanks a lot, basketball reference. You know help. Forgot they moved it a day. All right, so right now, line is Toronto minus 7.5, 214.5. All right, there we go. We're back in business now. So let's get these updated Houston rates, and then we'll go back and fix the Pistons. So for Houston, we need to take Wood off, Cousins off, Harden off. Actually, Harden can stay on. He's just as good of a proxy for Wall and for Oladipo. So I think that's fine. Take Spalding off. Take Nwaba off. Thomas, Bruno. We're already pretty much out of minutes anyway. All right, Daniel House, usage rate 150 minutes. Give him 16. Eric Gordon, 24. He can stay in the same spot. John Wall, 32. Justin Patton, 11. Tucker's going to be 9. Sterling Brown is going to be 13.5. And then Victor Oladipo, 29. See where we're at now. All right. Nope, not Indiana. Houston. Okay. Liking not too much. I thought that I would get to more Houston here because of the game. We'll see. I guess it'll matter if Eric Gordon ends up out. That'll really change things up a bit. Morning, everybody. Yeah, I think I kind of was in the 1% that thought Embiid was going to play, but more often than not, I'm just wrong. So there's that. All right, we're not ultra worried about John Wall or Oladipo or anything like that. They're good plays, but nothing too crazy. Not to the tippy top of the heap. So then let's go back now and knock out the Pistons. Since I whiffed on that previously. For the Pistons, no DeLon Wright, no Blake, no Killian Hayes, no Okafor, no Frank Jackson. Jeremy Grant Q tag. He's got a calf strain, I believe. Left quad. I mean, nothing we can do right now. Got him in for this one. All of these minutes are spot on from previous rotations. So we probably don't have too much to really worry about here. I'll go 29 and 19 at center. I wish I could have called the Kawhi thing too. I would have played 0 instead of like 5%, but I was under the field. Dennis Smith played 27 minutes. I think that's fine. I'm good with all of this. So we'll quickly look at Detroit now that we have every game in here. Glad we fixed that though. Basically Jeremy Grant and nothing else. I'm gonna knock Jeremy Grant down a minute too, just to account for the fact that I don't want to go crazy. Yeah, I think that'll be perfect. I think we're looking good across the board there. So let's see if Detroit ends up anywhere relevant. And they do not. No one highly ranked for Detroit. Jeremy Grant outside the top 10. So adding Detroit did not take all that long. That was simple. Super simple. So now we're on to Indiana. Pacers in Cleveland. Not a great spot. Indiana missing anybody? Q tag on Lamb. Q tag on McBuckets. All right. Lamb did play the last time? No, didn't play the last game. Okay. Well, we need to get him back in there, so let's go ahead and give him 22 minutes. No, we'll give him 20 minutes. Throw Edmund Sumner a couple minutes, and that's going to be it. That doesn't really take all that much to project out Indiana. Whoa, 217 people here. Guys, is it because it's a big slate? Are you guys coming to hang out with me? Because that's pretty fun. McConnell's minutes have been down a little bit. I have him at 29. I need to take him down to like 27. Who's been getting them, though? That's the real question. Not McBuckets either. That's just Edmund Sumner, huh? But Brogdon was out. Lamb was out. So we'll take McConnell down to 27. Give him 2 more there. Take that one from McBuckets. Go there. That should nerf everybody else from Indiana on a day like today. So fine with that Sabonis projection. Fine with Brogdon. Miles Turner feels a little weird, but I think that'll be okay. Either way, a matchup against Cleveland isn't great. Sabonis should look pretty good. Yeah, so Sabonis is 5th on DraftKings right now, just a hair behind Trae Young. On FanDuel, Sabonis is actually 3rd at 9,200, even gets ahead of LaMelo Ball. That'll be something to really keep an eye on as we get closer to lock. I probably have Sabonis just slightly too high here, so I'm going to take one little notch of usage off of him. That'll probably knock him behind Ball. Yeah, it does. Doesn't take much. But either way, we're going to be looking at Sabonis today. Brogdon a little bit. Not too much else coming from Indiana. On to the Lakers, where we know we have to fix this one. So buckle up, guys. This one's going to be wild. No LeBron James tonight. Q tag on Gasol, Kuzma, and Caruso. So the only thing that we're going to know is that we have no LeBron right now. This is going to be fun. No LeBron, no AD, no reference point really for this. First game missed for LeBron. So let's think through it all. This is going to be the Dennis Schroeder show for sure. So Schroeder's going to get 34 minutes straight out of the gate. Have to assume we'll give 14 here to Caruso and then another 10. At center, we'll give Marc Gasol 20 minutes. We'll give Montrezl Harrell 26. And then Markieff Morris will get 2, plus another 28 at the 4. We can give Kuzma 30, which I think is reasonable. I think Wes Matthews playing 24 minutes seems reasonable. I think THT playing 24 minutes is reasonable. Oh, yeah, Damian Jones is a center now for this team. So 8 minutes got to go there. Harrell played 18 minutes last night. So weird. Oh, yeah. Gasol is out with health and safety protocols, right? Not just an injury. Yeah, all right. I'm gonna get Gasol back out of there then. That's a good call, Guru. Appreciate that. So we'll take Gasol out. 26 minutes for Harrell, 8 minutes for Damian Jones, which means we're gonna need to do 14 and 16 for Markieff Morris. I think we can do all 30 for Kuzma at the 4. Is 30 crazy for Kuzma? No, it can't be. Somebody's gonna have to close. So we're good there. 24 for Horton Tucker, 24 for Wes Matthews. Those guys just haven't been seeing bigger run. KCP, I assume, plays like 30 minutes. So that leaves me 10 additional minutes. I've got 9 guys projected. Final 10 minutes just go to Jared Dudley, and we call it a day. Bang. All these rates can go away. I can't imagine how many minutes the Lakers have played without LeBron and AD on the floor, but we're about to find out. The problem here is that they're taking on Sacramento, and this is a late night hammer, and this game is going to look really good, or at least it should. So Anthony Davis off, LeBron James off. And look, guys, we're not going to really know anything here because a lot of Q tags and late news. This one's just going to be a guessing game. So leave yourself the ability to move stuff around, that's for sure. Is there more than one game at 10 o'clock? Okay, good. With 2 games at 10 o'clock, it's not so bad. There we go. Let's see what this Lakers team looks like without the studs on the floor. So without LeBron or AD on the floor, we'll start with Schroeder, who has a 23.6% usage rate only. That is surprising to me, but I am sticking with it. Assist rate does go up. We'll get to Kuzma next. Kuzma, 21.3. Markieff Morris, 15.8. Montrezl Harrell, though, in 138 minutes with no LeBron and no AD on the floor, Montrezl Harrell has a 29% usage rate. He scored 1.5 FanDuel points per minute. Everything changes for Harrell. I can't go to 29, but I am going to go to like 26. And then he's even picking up some additional rebounds as well. So give him that sort of run. THT, 27% usage rate in 129 minutes with those guys off the floor. I can only go to like 23, I think. Otherwise, that's going to be a little bit too high. It's a pretty decent assist rate bump, too. I don't want to miss out on that. KCP, it's still like 15% usage. That's just sort of his normal rate. And then the Caruso, Wes Matthews, 11%. Let's Damian Jones and Jared Dudley eat up the spillover. Any crazy assist rates? Caruso can go up a bit. Any other crazy assist rates? No. Everything else seems fine. Kuzma, really big rebounding rate bump. Give him a little bit of a bumpy bump. All right, let's see where we're at. So this is assuming AD out, obviously. LeBron out, which has already been announced. Couple questionable tags here, but we're projecting those guys in for now. And nothing as crazy as I was expecting. That's not that bad. I've got Montrezl Harrell projected for, let's see how this looks. 33.2 divided by 26, so 1.28 fantasy points per minute. That's a pretty sizable bump from where he's been. I think everything looks okay here. I feel like I probably need to give Schroeder just a little bit more usage. So I am going to bump him up one more notch. But otherwise, this looks pretty good, guys. I thought that there would be more value coming out of LA, but it looks like the prices might be at least a little bit higher than we would have expected. So for the Lakers, Schroeder is the number 3 guy on FanDuel now, and that one's not surprising. He's 5,500. Dude's going to be ultra popular tonight. I think Horton Tucker looks okay at 3,900 on FanDuel. If we go to DraftKings, he's 3,400. Certainly looking to THT there. Schroeder is 4th on DK at 5,900. So Schroeder, Talen Horton Tucker, Montrezl Harrell going to be the 3 guys we're looking at most. Harrell 6,400 on FanDuel is a bit problematic. 5,500 on DraftKings, however, looking really good. All right, we're at 7:20, so we're about 50 minutes in, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 teams to go, starting with the Minnesota Timberwolves. 232 people, 143 likes. This is going great. Guys, again, strategy show coming up at 10 a.m. Myself and Rinpack. I'll be on live before lock tonight with Greg. Jam-packed with content. Betting video. PGA, I don't talk about it too much on here. PGA betting video. Myself and Ben Raza. We drop this every week. We give our 3 best bets. 2 weeks ago, Ben hit an outright with Max Homa. Last week, he hit an outright with Colin Morikawa. I hit a top 10 with... I can't even remember what I did, but I got one right too. Ben would know off the top of his head. I'm more worried about plugging Ben here, but we have another one out for the Arnold Palmer this week, so go check that video out as well. All right, Minnesota. No Russell, no Beasley, no chance at winning games because they're terrible. Edwards minutes look fine. Towns minutes look fine. Jake Layman played 30 minutes for reasons no one will ever understand. This team is gross, man. Truly gross. Now, Glover was this week. Man, why can I not remember who it was? Now I just need to look it up. Who did I have last week for a top 10? Billy Horschel. I had the Billy Ho top 10. I mean, this is just... How do you even project Minnesota? This team stinks. Josh Okogie. Oh my god, this is atrocious. There's no way we're liking anything here. This team is impossible to project. Juan Show doesn't need those 4 minutes. All right, I'm calling it on Minnesota because I don't think that we're ever going to be playing any of these guys outside of the top tier. Yeah, so Towns is 9,700 on FanDuel. He's 10K on DraftKings. I think he's going to look pretty good. After that, it's nobody, basically, and I'm very happy with that. I'm very happy to not even worry about this Minnesota team. So Towns is actually second on FanDuel at 9,700 and my highest ranked center so far. I think Towns is starting to creep his way into being very, very real. 1.36 FanDuel points per minute over his last 30 days too. So keep your eye on Towns for tonight, especially against Charlotte with Zeller, Biyombo. This is a really nice spot for Towns. This might be the first time that I actually get to him pretty aggressively. On to the Pels. Pels, no injury news. Okay. So this is just straight up Nolans. I could do that. So Kira Lewis and Nickeil Alexander-Walker both out of the rotation on the first. They ran an 8-man rotation. Did they win? They did. They beat Utah with an 8-man rotation. Okay. Fun stuff. Ingram at 36 minutes is just needs to be what happens. So let's get that in there. I'll take Melly's spillover minute. 28 minutes for Adams. I want that to be 27. That will make everything better. 18 for Willie Hernan-Gomez, I think is okay. Zion probably needs another minute. Um, 30 minutes for Bledsoe? No, that needs to be significantly higher. That's insane. Overtime on any of these? No. So 4 straight games. Eric Bledsoe is averaging 35 minutes a game. I need to bump those minutes up pretty substantially. So he needs to be at 33 minutes at the very least. Actually, no, making it 34. There's nothing telling me that I should do something different. Last 4 games, Lonzo has played 36 minutes. So I need to make that 35. I think I need to be aggressive with this projection. 19 for JJ, 36 here. Josh Hart, his minutes are a little bit weirder. I'm going to go to 28 on Josh Hart. I think Zion at 34 seems reasonable. I'm actually going to give Willie Hernan-Gomez 1 to go to 19. We have 8 minutes left over. And I do think that they would likely go to like a 9-man rotation or an extra rotation for someone. It just doesn't matter who gets it. So I'm going to give it to Nickeil Alexander-Walker. All of these rates should already be in and good to go. I have a sneaky suspicion that we might see a lot of Pelicans popping up here, in particular, Eric Bledsoe. So Bledsoe's 5,400 on FanDuel, 5,300. But Zion looks good. Ingram looks good. Lonzo looks good. Eric Bledsoe looks good. All 4 of these guys are going to be guys that I think we need to really take a look at. Even though Bledsoe hasn't been great as of late, I do have him projected for 0.85 fantasy points. I think that's fine. I'm under projecting Lonzo, and I still think he looks kind of good. And I have Zion at 1.34, which I think I'm okay with. I like New Orleans tonight. Let's see where they show up. Wow, I can't believe we've been doing this for an hour already today, and we're up to 250 people. Can we get to 200 likes? Is that a thing while we're live? Yeah, Zion looks pretty good on both sites. He's ranking 8th so far. Brandon Ingram, cool. Lonzo, cool. This is decent. I'm feeling it here. I'm feeling New Orleans against Chicago. Hopefully the ownership is low. On to Oklahoma City. All right, for OKC, no George Hill, no Hamidou Diallo, no real news here coming out of Oklahoma City, so this should be a fairly easy team to project. We just need to get Horford back in there. So I'm going to take everything out. Horford's just going to get, 28 minutes. We're going to go give Teo Maladon his normal 34 minutes. Shea gets those backup minutes. We take him straight to 36. We need to get Isaiah Roby a decent chunk of minutes. So actually we got to give Muscala his run. Call it 16 for Muscala, 4 for Roby with another 16. That lets me get to Baisley at 31. Sure. Kenrich Williams plays 19 minutes. Oh, yeah, we have Ty Jerome now. He's getting some legit run, too. Yeah, I think Ty Jerome's just going to be playing a lot here. Joe, welcome back, man. Happy to have you. Got to give Lou Dort 30. So is Ty Jerome just going to play a lot? Played 29.8 minutes the last time out with no one out. What happened there? When was that game? The 27th. All right, they got beat by a ton. Ty Jerome closed, so don't think that he's getting that actual run any longer. That makes me feel a little bit better. Starting to feel crazy, but I think 20 minutes for Ty Jerome is kind of reasonable. I think they want to play him. We'll give 6 to Justin Jackson. All this looks good. Horford just sticking in his normal rates. What do we like for OKC? SGA and not much else. No surprises there. That all looks perfectly good. Surprise, surprise, SGA looks good, and we don't roster guys from Oklahoma City when they're at full strength. Just kidding. No surprise there. That's Oklahoma City is not very good. SGA doesn't even look all that good on DraftKings at 8,800. Looks a lot better on FanDuel at 8,200. Let's save this workbook because I don't think I've done that before. And now we're on to the Orlando Magic, a team that I'm very, very tired of this. It would be the best show if we got more dedicated time to the toughest situations instead of plugins. At times, that's my only issue. It doesn't help me to come up short on rotations. 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm not putting in extra work on questionable situations. That's not going to get me anywhere. We have to wait for injury reports. The second run through this is the important run through this for me. I sit down at like 4 o'clock and it takes me another 90 minutes just to do this again, which I think is well worth it, but it's not going to, there's not enough to gain in the morning for really trying to hash through problematic spots. And in the grand scheme of things, it only really matters who you're projecting for more than like 18 minutes. It doesn't matter at all, really, who you give anything less to. I'm only ultra worried about the guys that I think could be played in the DFS contest. So half of the minutes are mostly useless anyway. Orlando. Like having, whether I project Gary Clark with 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 minutes, none of it matters. Gary Clark won't be played and he won't have an effect on anything. Fournier questionable. No Anthony, no Ennis, no Gordon. What is Fournier questionable with? Hopefully not Fournier. Is he even really questionable? Oh, he came back in. So, like, I'm assuming he's okay. All right, so I think this is all going to be fine. Aminu's minutes look normal. Randall's minutes look normal. Dwayne Bacon played more than I was expecting. That's not good because he's going to now look like a value play even more than he did last week. All right, if Khem Birch played, who didn't? Oh, Mo Bamba. Okay. Take Bamba back out. Back to Birch. Rates are all normal. Yeah, so it's a groin for Fournier, but I forgot that he came back in. I was DMing with someone about it, and I remember getting the DM like, Fournier came back in? So, I mean, just judging based on that write-up, like, looked fine moving around after injury. I'm just going to assume he's good to go. So we've got Orlando against Atlanta. I can't imagine anything looks all that good here outside of Vooch. Yeah, 9,900 on FanDuel, 10-3 on DraftKings for Vooch. That'd be the guy that you're looking to get to. After that, these prices have just come up so far. Dwayne Bacon will be a value play. It won't be fun for anyone. Written by Jay. Glad you've been cashing. It's exciting to know. Yeah, so Vooch looks good. 10-3. He's a little bit behind Towns. Basically like 3 points behind Towns relative to salary on DraftKings. And then on FanDuel, he's 2.5 points back. So still going to be liking Vooch quite a bit. All right, next. On to Philly. Philadelphia 76ers. I'm guessing Tobias Harris is questionable because this is going to need to be complicated. Yep. Q tag on Toby. Has missed the past 2 games. Do we have any additional word as to how he's doing? Doc Rivers was asked whether Harris could play in Philly's final game before the All-Star break, and he was optimistic. I hope so. He really tried to play Monday, but we made the call tonight. You also said Joel Embiid was highly, highly questionable, so don't trust that at all. I mean, we're obviously projecting Tobias Harris in, so let's just gut this Philly rotation. 34 minutes to Embiid, 14 minutes to Dwight Howard. Shake Milton, since he's been back, 25 minutes. I think that's fine. Seth Curry. What are we talking, like 32? Perfect. Tobias Harris gets 35. That one's easy. Mike Scott gets 13. That's easy. Ben Simmons gets 35. That's easy. Danny Green gets 28. Easy. Korkmaz gets 13. Actually, Korkmaz gets 13. Whoop. Korkmaz gets 11 and 2. Thibault gets 11. Got to make some rate changes now. Although I don't think that these are all that different. Philly. All right, let's take Maxey off since I think that actually matters. Joe, Bradley. Perfect. Ben Simmons, 21.5. Good. Danny Green, I assume, is good. Dwight, Korkmaz. Fine. Don't need Korkmaz there. Embiid, 36. That's a little high. We'll go 34. Seth Curry at 16. We'll go 16.5. It's a tough spot either way, so I don't get the sense that we're going to be getting to all that much from Philly. Tobias Harris to 22.5. All this should be fine. Good. Take that out of there. Take that out of there. Now let's see what Philly looks like. All right, so Philly, not too much. And that's not surprising. You don't really want to corner the market on Philadelphia 76ers against the Utah Jazz, at least generally speaking. I have Embiid behind Towns and slightly behind Vooch on DraftKings. On FanDuel, it's not particularly close. Towns, then Vooch. So Embiid lagging behind a bit. Not too much to go, guys. Working our way through it. 4 teams left on to Portland. This is one that I can't imagine we're making real legitimate changes to. Everything looks fine. Unless Gary Trent's minutes are actually down. And they sort of are. So I'm going to take 2 minutes there. 1 there. 1 there. Rates are going to be the same for Portland as they normally are. No real changes. Matchup against Golden State, though. Pace up spot, really good. Cantor could be in for a really nice spot. Happy with projections. We're going to be liking Cantor and Dame here quite a bit. So it seems. So we got Dame 4th overall, half point behind Curry, but Dame is 10-6. Tied with Towns at 10K. A price tag's not bad on Dame. 10-1 on FanDuel, even better. My number 3 right now. Cantor, though, on FanDuel at 6,300. 7th overall, only behind Towns at center. So we're going to be getting back to Cantor again on FanDuel. On DraftKings, Cantor is $7,500. So he's $1,200 cheaper on FanDuel. Cantor, much more of a FanDuel play than a DraftKings play today. On to Sacramento. 3 teams to go. What do we got going on for Sacktown? Josh, why do all of this content when everything changes 60 minutes prior to lock? Well, because this is like a commercial for the website. Go sign up at Awesemo.com. Why do 10 hours worth of preview shows for the NFL on ESPN? You just, content's content, man. If people are consuming it and we can make money from it, then we're going to do content. Trust me, we're going to be doing more content than less in the near future. That's for sure. Got to make that paper, man. I have 250 people watching me update a spreadsheet at 6:30 in the morning. Seems to work. We're 19 likes away from 200 at before 8 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, I'm just going to keep grinding. All right, Sacramento. So Buddy Hield questionable. How questionable is Buddy Hield? All right, I'm going to assume that Buddy Hield is just playing. We're looking at any other injuries. No Halliburton, no Whiteside, no Woodard, Jabari Parker questionable. Okay, all that's fine. All right, Rashawn Holmes. I can give him another minute. Bagley. I'd like to give him another minute, so we'll get Bagley up to 29. Bielitsa now just a part of the rotation again. So that's 15 there. Kyle Guy didn't play, so let's take those minutes away. Harrison Barnes at 36. I'm going to actually give him 37. Fox at 36. I'm actually going to give him 37. Corey Joseph. Take him down to 20 minutes. 36 on Buddy Hield. That I'm actually going to do because of his injury. So I have 17 minutes left over. Looks like some of the... Oh, Daquan Jeffries already has 18. 1, 2, 3. So they went 8-man rotation their last time out. That's kind of wild. I'll probably just put Kyle Guy back in the rotation. But I do need to give Bielitsa more minutes. I don't really see anybody else that I want to give any legitimate minutes to. So I'm just going to assume that they get back to a 9-man rotation. And Kyle Guy, come on down. B Jelly. Good. What do we like for Sacramento against the Lakers without LeBron and AD? Well, we like De'Aaron Fox, that's for sure. Quite a bit, I might add. Almost got that spelling right, be real. All right, Sacramento. Yeah, De'Aaron Fox to the top of the heap now on FanDuel. Edges out Luka Doncic. So Fox, Doncic, Ball, Lillard, point guard, Curry. Point guard is loaded on FanDuel. Getting that right is going to be really, really difficult. On DraftKings, Fox is $9K, so he's $1,000 more expensive, but still comes in 6th. Anxious to see how these crunches look. We have 2 teams to go, and this one is going to be a bit tricky. On to Toronto now. So Toronto is without Fred VanVleet, OG Anunoby, Pascal Siakam, Pat McCaw, Malachi Flynn. Okay. We're going to get 36 minutes out of Kyle Lowry. We're going to get 30 minutes out of Chris Boucher. Well, let's do this. Aaron Baines, I think, plays like a normal backup center rotation. This one sucks. Toronto's going to ruin the slate. All right. Let's say Baines plays 20. That's going to give Boucher 28 plus a couple more they could play probably alongside of each other. I think could happen given the injuries. Let's just give Norman Powell 36 minutes now at the 3. I don't think there's going to be a way around that. Stanley Johnson has seen big minutes, I believe, in the past when in these situations. I don't know how big they'll be here, but I am going to give him 18 minutes at the 4. Oh, this is gross. All right, Terrence Davis. Is Malachi Flynn expected to play today? No, hasn't been playing. So Terrence Davis is going to get the backup point guard run plus something else. I think 24 seems fine for Terrence Davis. DeAndre Bembry. Oh, yikes, this is gross. All right, let's just give Norm Powell those 36 minutes instead. So we still have 76 minutes left for Bembry, Matt Thomas, Watanabe. Good God. All right, so Bembry will say 28 minutes. He's going to just play a ton because he's going to work with any sort of rotation that they're trying to run. So we'll give Bembry 30 minutes. I think Yuta Watanabe is going to see like 24 minutes. I still have 22 minutes left, so that will be Matt Thomas. He can get, last time that was Lowry out. We'll go 14 there and 8 to Paul Watson. This is wild. You don't normally see this for Toronto. This is truly, truly nuts. I don't even know what we're going to be able to do for rates here. The crazy thing is, against the Pistons, this is like a nice spot. So Siakam off, Van Vliet off, Anunoby off. Not really much here so far. So Kyle Lowry has played 85 minutes with those 3 guys off the floor. He has a 27% usage rate and a 12% assist rate. Norm Powell has played 39 minutes without those guys, 31% usage rate. I'm just going to go to like 27. Chris Boucher in 90 minutes has a 22% usage rate. I actually like that. Anybody else pick up a lot of usage? Terrence Davis is at like 21 with an assist rate of something in the 4s. Do I play cornhole? Yes, I do. Mike, how can we get a copy of the Excel worksheet? You cannot. Watanabe, DeAndre Bembry, Aaron Baines. Man, oh man, this is rugged. All right, so for Toronto, at least for right now, and this is all very subject to change as we get further on in the day. Boucher and Kyle Lowry standing out most. Norm Powell would be 3rd. I like it. These numbers are going to go all over the place for Toronto as the day moves on and we get a little bit more news, because we are kind of just winging it here. And the starters will be most important. And luckily, we'll be live on Live Before Lock when we get that information. So yeah, Lowry, obviously looking good, but not crazy good, at least. It's kind of weird. I expected more value coming out of Toronto. Getting the starters will be key. Obviously, it's going to be Lowry, Powell, and probably Boucher at a minimum. I would think Bembry gets the start. The 5th starter will be important. But let's close this out. Toronto done. We're on to Utah. One spot where I know we won't really have to do anything, which is great. Always fun to close on Utah. Everybody in, everybody normal. No changes to be made. Utah projections look good. And we're not really going to like anything from Utah anyway, particularly against Philly. So that means that we are 10 games up, 10 games down. That will do it, which means it's on to crunches. Let's run our first crunch. Start with FanDuel like we normally do because that's my preference. Time to find out the optimal lineup on FanDuel based on my projections to start the day. 200 likes? 199 is what I'm seeing. Guys, can we get that one more like? If you haven't hit the like button yet, hit that like button. Let's get us over 200. All right, optimal lineups on FanDuel. De'Aaron Fox, Dennis Schroeder, SGA, THT, Ingram, Justin Holiday, Domantas Sabonis, Chris Boucher, Enes Kanter. I ran 3 lineups: Schroeder, Ingram, Boucher, Fox, Alexander, and THT in all of them. 218 likes. Wow, you guys listened immediately. Thank you, guys. That's awesome. What a great Wednesday. All right, so that's where we're at in terms of optimals on FanDuel. Let's get an idea of sort of my pre-sim rankings. So this is what I think it'll look like after I run my sims today. This would be an idea of like my projected ownership, ignoring public ownership. So without making any like pivots or anything. All right. So Norm Powell at the top of the heap, Brandon Ingram, Chris Boucher, De'Aaron Fox, LaMelo Ball, Harrison Barnes, Luka, questionable, SGA, Dame, THT, Kanter, Grant, questionable, Curry, Schroeder, Zion. I like that pack. Like, I'm not mad if this is a major core of mine. There's nobody on here that I don't want to have. So I'm digging those exposures. 270 viewers. Show's growing, baby. It's growing. We only have one more this week, unfortunately. I like those exposures for FanDuel. So that is where we're at on FanDuel. Let's hit up DraftKings, and then we'll get out of here because I got more videos to record. No rest for me. All right, DraftKings. Turn on randomness. Projections in. DraftKings optimal lineup for tonight, Wednesday, March 3rd. Terrence Davis, Schroeder, THT, Zion, Trez, Kyle Lowry, Markieff Morris, Luka Doncic. Talen Horton-Tucker, Markieff Morris, and Terrence Davis all sub 4K. Lets you pay up pretty aggressively. Markieff Morris, Schroeder, Montrezl Harrell, and Talen Horton-Tucker are the only 3 guys to show up in all 3 of these lineups. What happens if I keep adding them on? How long will it take before one of these guys isn't in the optimal? There we go. The 5th lineup, no Schroeder. Okay. So that's what we're looking at for optimals on DraftKings. We will close it out now with my DraftKings power rankings. It's been another fun one, guys. I appreciate having you. I'm happy to be doing it. We're going to get contenders recorded ASAP, get those posted, and then it's a strategy show with myself and Rinpack. Yep, 262 people woke up at the ass crack of dawn to watch this. I'm honored, guys. I am truly honored. This is fantastic. What a show. It's only going to get bigger, guys. So you can say you were here first. That would be good. All right, here we go. Power rankings for DraftKings right now. Talen Horton-Tucker very clearly at the top of the heap for right now at 3,400. Markieff Morris, 2nd. Schroeder, 3rd. Terrence Davis, DeAndre Bembry, Montrezl Harrell, Kyle Lowry, Norm Powell, Steph Curry, Chris Boucher, Fox, Doncic, Lillard, Barnes. I think that there's a lot of really obvious value to get today on DraftKings. So you're jamming in a lot of those Lakers guys, a lot of those Raptors guys. I don't think any of the high price dudes are going to separate. So really you're going to have a core of value and you're just going to rotate around. Like nobody's going to be confident what, like, let's just say Luka plays. There's not a person on the planet that is confident in saying like, oh, it's going to be Curry over Luka and Luka over Dame. All three of those guys are going to be very similar likelihoods of having monster games. They all have comparable ceilings. So I'd rather rotate through those guys and just stick with the value that I have today. So that's where we stand for today. That is it, guys. That is it. Another day in the books of the Process Show. We're here every morning, 6:30 a.m. Again, strategy show today with Rinpack, live before lock tonight with Greg, and then we're waking up and doing it again tomorrow for the final time before the All-Star break. That will be very nice. I'm not mad about it at all. I'm ready for a couple days of breaks, that's for sure. But it'll be nice. I know I'm almost positive I'm going to be doing a Sunday morning All-Star game show, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Last I saw that it might have been Ship My Money, so I think it's just going to be he and I, just shooting the proverbial shoot about the All-Star game. So, guys, as per usual, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Hit the like button on your way out the door. Please subscribe to the channel. We'd love to get subs. It helps us out a ton. And notification bell. You don't want to miss these shows when they go live. Keep following me on Twitter, at Josh Engleman. That's the biggie. Good luck tonight, everybody. I'll see you guys again on every other show we do today and tomorrow.